I asked a bunch of doctors, what is the worst thing that a patient ever said to them? I'll go first. I had a patient come in and actually express to me that my mother, in the afterlife, had sent them a message to bring to me. They weren't even interested in receiving medical care. They just wanted to give me the message. Weird visit.
My name is Goodman, and I'm in my last year of psychiatry residency. The worst thing that a patient has ever said to me was, "You are a Harry Potter, Peter Parker looking shrink." Yeah, I can't even be mad at that. That was pretty creative.
Hi, my name is Ben Schmidt, also known as Doc Schmidt, and I'm a gastroenterologist, also known as a GI doctor. Now, as a GI doctor, I take care of a lot of people with liver disease. One consequence of a liver disease called cirrhosis is that patients can develop fluid in their belly called ascites that causes their belly to balloon out and can cause a lot of pain and discomfort. Now, sometimes we have to drain that fluid out using a large needle. It typically has a yellowish, clear color, so it looks a little bit like urine. I was doing the drainage procedure on a patient for the first time, and he told me that he thought the fluid looked like beer. I laughed it off, kind of shrugged it off at first, but he kept coming back to it, stating he thought it looked like beer and he wondered what it would taste like. At one point, he even wondered if he could sell it. I told him no.
Hi, I'm Dr. Glockenflecken. I am actually a board-certified ophthalmologist. A patient once told me that they saw my skits and that they were kind of funny.
Hi, I'm Dr. Siobhan Deshauer, although online you may know me as Violin MD. I'm a rheumatologist, so I specialize in joints and autoimmune diseases. You know, I can't really think of something outrageous or terrible. I don't know, maybe Canadian patients are just a little bit more polite. But I did recently have this older patient in the hospital who kept calling me sweet cheeks. I still don't know how I feel about that. I kind of wanted to say, that's Dr. Sweet Cheeks to you, sir.
I'm Dr. Gary Linkov. I'm an ENT specialist with subspecializations in facial plastics and hair restoration surgery. Most of my patients know by now that I have an autoimmune hair loss condition, but some of them don't quite know. So they might look at me and say, hey, you know, if you're doing hair restoration and you're gonna try to make my hair better, why don't you go and try to fix your hair first? That can sometimes be a bit hurtful, but when I explain to them what's actually going on, then they get it and they usually respond quite well to that.
What's up, guys? I'm Dr. Antonio Webb, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon, also called the back doctor, just because patients after surgery, they just keep coming back. One of the worst things a patient has ever said to me as a spine surgeon is, hey doc, I Googled my symptoms and I think you're wrong. I find it funny that a 10-minute search on Google trumps my 10+ years of medical school and training.
Hello, my name is Danielle Bellardo. I'm a cardiologist in Los Angeles, California, and I specialize in cardiovascular disease prevention. A patient with triple vessel coronary artery disease and systolic heart failure once told me they plan to continue taking over 100 supplements recommended to them by a naturopath they saw on TikTok, instead of following life-saving, guideline-directed medical therapy. I have a deep empathy for patients like this because it breaks my heart to see them fall victim to so much online misinformation. It is not their fault. They're overwhelmed and misled by the sheer volume of conflicting advice that they find online.
My name is Dr. Anthony Youn, and I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon. I'm a YouTuber and a podcaster. When I first started my practice, I had a patient who told me that she wanted to hit me with her car. And she was so angry with me, she said, I'm gonna send you back to LA where the only people who will let you operate on them are the whores. The whores, she screamed at me. Now, I had performed a facelift on her a couple of months earlier, and honestly, she looked really good, but she was very unhappy with the results. So unhappy that she threatened that if I didn't pay her $150,000 in cash, that she was gonna do all sorts of bad things to me. Well, this was my first foray as a young plastic surgeon with body dysmorphic disorder. And many years later, she actually tried this whole thing on another plastic surgeon as well.
Hey, I'm Dr. Davo Bonasali, a board-certified dermatologist here in New York City. The meanest thing a patient's ever said to me, probably not what they've said. I've had a bunch of patients come in here with sunburns and broke my heart.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Boxler Wachler. I'm an ophthalmologist, AKA eye surgeon. There was one day when my office was just super busy with patients and some people were waiting excessively long time, which we really don't ever like to have happen. But this one patient was just dropping all these F-bombs with me, and I said, sir, if you're gonna continue like this, we're just gonna not continue this relationship. And he kept dropping F-bombs, so as a result, despite his frustration, I had to fire him.
You are done.
fired.
Hello, my name is Austin Chiang, and I'm an interventional gastroenterologist. The worst thing a patient has actually said to me is probably that they've lost faith in science or medicine in general, and that they rather trust something that they read on the internet or through social media. I get it. If you have a complex chronic condition that you've seen doctor after doctor for and gotten no satisfying answers, it can be really, really frustrating. And if medical training has taught me anything, it's that we don't know everything about the human body and we have limitations, and we can only treat people based on the best available evidence at the moment. But that doesn't mean that you can trust something on the internet that people come up with out of thin air that sound really appealing because they're easy solutions but aren't based on any evidence and might not have any clear benefit.
Hello, my name is Mauicio, but everybody calls me Dr. Mau. I'm triple board certified in internal, emergency, and obesity medicine. We were about to see a patient, and then the patient, in front of everybody, explicitly said he did not want to be seen by me. Everybody looked at me and gasped. And I politely said, why? And he said, I don't know. You don't give me a good vibe. And needless to say, I felt terrible.
Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Sanjay Juneja and I'm a hematologist and medical oncologist, otherwise known as a blood and cancer specialist. The worst thing a patient ever said to me was something along the lines of having to wait a while before being seen for their benign blood problem. And what I had mentioned, it's a difficult conversation preceding, which was a young patient with stage 4 cancer. They kind of replied with basically saying, well, you never know what that person probably had done to deserve that diagnosis. That taught me that there is a lot of need for education and kind of understanding about one of these challenging processes like cancer.
Hi, my name is Dr. Alok Patel. I'm a pediatric hospitalist. If a child is hospitalized, my people are on it. What's the worst thing a patient's ever said to me? It's sad that I have multiple options to choose from. I've had multiple patients accuse me of profiting from death or illness or being in bed with big pharma. But the winner, or I should probably say loser, I did have one patient threaten me and say that he was going to find my address and kill me. Obviously, the situation was handled. We called the cops. It's no longer a thing, but still harsh.
Shh. These are things you should never do in the hospital. Click here and check it out. And as always, stay happy and healthy.